Hello, Just Jax here and welcome to my channel. Now the other day I went for a walk with my girlies, like I do every day, but this particular day I went to the shoreline. And apart from seeing something super cool, which I will put up as a short if it's not already up, because I don't know what it is exactly, but it looks like a little alien worm. I know it isn't, but I can't find online through any descriptions that I've put in what it is. So I'm hoping someone, when I put it up, will be able to go, oh, it's such and such. That being said, I also found some really cool clamshells that are still attached. Now, I brought them home. I've cleaned them up so there's no remnants of flesh in there. And then, well, I found that one. Then my other half found this one, which is it's smaller, but it's in slightly better condition as far as an open and closing mouth goes. How cool does that look? And they are lovely colours. So I thought, let's make something with them. Let's clean them up and make something with them. So there's loads of different things that I could make, but this I'm going to go for, odd things that I could make. I do a lot of odd things. But this I thought I'd just go straight up a bit more traditional, a little less odd, just a bit more traditional. Now, I had a little offcut of wood, which all I've done is sanded down to make a bit of a shore-esque sort of shape, because it was just a little oblong, little cuboid. And what I want to do is position these guys on here, about there, like so. But I'm going to have them pearl blessing clams. So I went through my big tub of beads and I've picked out two that I really like. This one's just like a little shiny black metallic bead. And this one's like a two-tone blue bead that's slightly bigger. So obviously the bigger one's going to have the bigger. He's been working on it for a lot longer, you see. So he's going to have the bigger one and the little guy's going to have the little one. And I'm also going to make them with the silk clay, a little fleshy body to sit in there so the pearl can be sat on that. Now, I think what I'll do is I'll do that first, because then I can glue that in place and glue the bead in place. Because I'm going to be cracking my resin out, my UV resin out, to help set that just open like so. So I don't want it all the way open. I just want it open just enough so you can peek in. And I'm undecided what we're going to do with the base just yet. Because I tend to get carried away and think, oh, and I'll make some lumps and bumps and I'll get the air drying clay out. I've got several air drying clay projects on the go at the moment, all waiting because they're drying. So instead of adding just another one to collection just yet, because I've got on my wall here a list of to-dos, and there's like, I've already done 3 air drying clay projects, and I've still got 3 more at least. So we don't want to go air drying clay mad. It's just I really like sculpting as well. So I thought, well, let's just try and keep it simple. I'm going to go find some stones. I've got some little tiny shells. We're just going to keep the base nice and simple so it doesn't detract from these guys. And we'll probably sand it up like we did with Slimetopus. Stones, sand, and shells. So let's just pop that all there for now. I don't want to lose those beads. We're going to make a little bit of fleshy to go on the inside. So I'm going to go with some that I've already made, but I'm going to tint it a little bit because I don't want it quite... I want it to be on the verge of purple. Just a hint of purple. So let's just... purpley bluey. So I've got the purple here. I might make his a little bit darker than his. We'll see. Let's see what sort of colour we get. What sort of tone. Yeah, I think that's a nice tone. So let's see. I don't think we're going to need all of that. Or even all of that. We're having that as the top? Yeah, we're having that as the top. I don't think we even need all that as of even yet. Less. I don't know, we'll see. Let's just gently spread it out in there. Oh, that might be even better. Yeah, we're going to put a little glue in there and start working this into where we want it. So I don't want to ding it too much. I quite like the shape that it's adopted from being pressed in. Yeah. And let's get... Because we're going to push this in so it's sat in and on. So we're going to put a dot right in the middle and show. So I'm thinking about there. Yeah. That's going to be that one. Right. You can just relax up there for now. Let's get you... We're going to make you a bit more on the blue side so we can get rid of quite a lump of this. Actually, we'll keep you in here because this is the odds and sods tub. Let's get a bit of blue involved. It might need to be darker than this. I've got a darker blue in there. We'll have a look. Let's get a lump of this. Finish mixing this, but then half it. About there. Now, what are we going to have as the top? Are we that? Yeah. Let's do what we did with the last one. Bead. And again, we're going to pick right in the middle there. Make sure we go holes down. I'm going to pop you right there. Oh, lovely. That's really cool. Right, we are going to let those have a thorough dry. I'm going to clear these bits away so we can get perhaps the resin first so we can lock these exactly where we want them. Okay, cleared a few bits away. So what we're going to do is we're going to want that about there. So I'm going to see if I can get maybe this way. Little drop of resin across there. And cure it in place. Because I'm going to varnish the whole thing come the end because I want these to be like they're underwater. So I want everything to be shiny. I wonder if there's anywhere we can sit this. Yes. Right there. So that can stay there for a moment. We're going to do the exact same with this one. Position it with our fingers like so. Come in the back here first and then come in there. Okay, our shells are thoroughly dry. Dry enough to be manhandling. Cured. So what we're going to do now is, because I was umming and ahhing, what to do, what to apply, and what I'm going to do is, of course I've left one item out of reach, there it is we're going to start putting the base together. So I rummaged through the garden and got a load of little tiny stones, little tiny pebbles. I have got my sand type materials. I have got more super glue, so I was running low, and Yoo-hoo glue. So I'm going to try and make a bit of a bed of stones for these guys to sit on. So we'll make the bed of stones, fill in the sand, upend this, which has got bits in it. Then that can be drying on there, so any run over, it won't actually glue itself to a tabletop. So let's get, I think we'll just get the new one open now for the finicky work, because that one I have to actually take away from itself. And I'm just going to start laying down a bed of stones. I've actually squeezed the super glue too hard, so now it's oozing out. So I'm going to try and not mess with what we've got in here and here, because that should be just fine for those to go on. Now let's just have a look, see if these will go where we want them. Yes, that is perfect. So what I'm going to try and do is, this is probably where I will need to do this. And we'll try and keep these edges bare, but I don't mind this. Though it does have some nice colours, we'll see. I'm going to try and get this to just go in between all the stones. And I'm not even squeezing this, it's just oozing out. Now, what have I got? This fine stuff, which is like yellow sawdust, real fine. I've got some sand. I'm going to go for the darker stuff. I'll try and do a bit of a mix of these, and then get those there. Right, I think that's going to be that. I am going to be brave and give this, let's move those out of the way, the tiniest blow, because I think if I tilt it, I don't think the super glue's set. But we'll find out. I'm not going to tap it though. So we can go around at the very end and touch up these very edges. Right. Now we're going to get these guys put on here and here. So I'm just going to super glue rather haphazardly in roughly the points where I know it's going to touch. It's coming into contact with all of those. And this guy needs to go in there. I know he's roughly touching here, 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 here. He's roughly touching all of those points. I can trust myself taking the lid off with my teeth, but I don't trust jamming the super glue in my face. Right. There. Alright, the clams and base are fully dry, so we are going to go around and varnish everything. Just a little tap. There's going to be a little loose here or there. So let's crack the varnish open. Right, let's get a varnishing. We don't mind if it pools a little bit inside the clam's mouth. I just want to give it once more over the shell. Make sure we have a nice smooth finish. Alright, I think that is everywhere suitably varnished. Everything looks shiny and wet, which is what we want. So I'm going to rest that there for the second, because I happen to have another varnishing project on the go as well. So I'm going to go pop that in the front room so it can dry out thoroughly, and when we come back, for me anyway, after the weekend is over, that should be done. Alright, we are back, and our little clams are done. Our little bead pearl producing clams are finished. They're all varnished, they're all shiny and protected. That looks so cool. I'm going to get the phone on these so you can see them up close and personal. Look at these guys. See if we can get right in there. How cool is that? They're just chilling on the shoreline, maybe even underwater. Use your imagination, you decide. Can we get up in there? We can get up in there. How cool is that? These were such a beautiful find. Look at those shells. So, so beautiful. That's really cool. I'm pleased with how they've come out. Just chilling there, doing their own thing, producing great massive blue-black pearl. If I can get in there. And a really, oh, we've gone out of focus. Really shiny black pearl. Well, that was fun to do, and it just gives you a little idea. If you're walking across the beach and you see something and you think you can turn it into something, you can. They are beautiful. I will have to find them a place to live, a proud place to live. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope it's given you some ideas of things that you can throw together with found objects. The only thing that wasn't found, technically, were the beads and the silk clay. But you don't need to add those. You could just create a scene with some pebbles that you find off the beach, shells, things that you find in the woods. Like I've got a couple of found bits of wood that a friend has gifted me. The other one is out of reach at the moment. I'm going to turn them into something as well. So yeah, you don't have to spend maybe the price of a little bit of glue. Varnish is optional. I just like to varnish a finished piece, especially something like this. And especially if I'm going for an underwater vibe, I like the shine. I like it to look like it's going to be permanently wet. Yeah, so thank you so much for stopping by and checking me and my channel out. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you've got some ideas, taken something away from this, or if you've got ideas, things for me to try, pop them in the comments. I'm always happy to have a look and have a go if I can. Like if you like what you see, comment if you've got something to say, and subscribe if you really like what you see and you want to see more and know when it's coming. Thank you all again so much. Take care and see you in the next one.